Few levels in the Tomb Raider series capture the imagination quite like Venice from Tomb Raider 2. It's a stage that doesn't just challenge your skills, but shifts the mood of the entire game up until this point. On the surface, it is beautiful, even relaxing, but beneath the charm lies danger at every turn. Gunmen lie in wait, and dogs patrol the docks. And somewhere behind the shutters, Bartali's men are ready to ambush you. The level balances serenity with tension, exploration with combat, and even introduces a new mechanic, one that would be remembered for decades to come. In this video, I'll take a closer look at what makes Venice such a standout level in Tomb Raider 2, from its atmosphere, its enemies, and to the iconic speedboat, and yes, even its unforgettable music. So let's go. Up until this point, Tomb Raider 2 has felt intense. The Great Wall has been a gauntlet of traps and tight corridors. You've been attacked by tigers, spiders, and even dinosaurs. Boulders have chased you, and spiked traps have lied beneath every jump. But arriving in Venice, something feels different. The level immediately strikes you with its elegance. Instead of stone ruins or suffocating tunnels, you're surrounded by winding canals and graceful bridges. The sunlight reflects across the water, casting ripples on the old brick walls. It is such a surprising contrast that you can almost forget that you're still in the middle of a high-stakes adventure, or that you've almost been killed 100 times in the previous level. There's a strange calm in simply moving through the waterways, hearing the squeaks of the rats, and the splash of Lara's movements as the water breaks around her. And it's not often in the early Tomb Raider games that the environment feels relaxing. That's not to say it's not dangerous, because it absolutely is, but the sense of place here lingers. Venice is a city with character, and core design managed to capture it in a way that makes you pause and notice all of the details. The brick walls, the shuttered windows, and even the gondolas, which you can see floating on the canals. These little touches give Venice more life than almost any backdrop you've encountered up until this point. What makes this shift so striking, in my opinion, is just how natural it all feels. You're not trudging through another ancient ruin. You're trespassing in a world that seems like it should be bustling with ordinary people going about their day. And yet, and in Tomb Raider fashion, it's eerily empty. Except for those who are waiting for you, that emptiness is part of the magic. It heightens the quiet beauty of the canals, while reminding you that danger lurks just out of sight. As soon as you start exploring Venice, the tension between beauty and danger becomes clear. The stillness of the canals is quickly broken by the sounds of footsteps and gunfire. Unlike the wild animals or supernatural guardians of Tomb Raider's earlier levels and games, here the enemies are unmistakably human. They are Bartoli's men, armed thugs waiting around corners, posted on balconies, and sometimes even hidden inside buildings, ready to burst out when you least expect it. This is where this level first shows its uniqueness. Fighting human opponents changes the tone of combat entirely, and was a rarity in Tomb Raider 1. Here it feels less like surviving against nature, and more like a high-stakes infiltration. Dogs do patrol the courtyards, and guards ambush you on balconies. And let's not forget about the goons that carry bats, ready to whack Lara anytime you open a door. It truly feels like this environment is alive, as if you stumbled into a city with its own rhythm and defences, and you're the unwelcomed intruder trying to carve a path through it. Yet, despite the hostility, there is something oddly peaceful about the design of the level itself. The water muffles sound, the sunlight seems warm, and the exploration is, in some ways, more open-ended than what Tomb Raider had given you before. You're no longer navigating through tight passageways, you're navigating a series of interlocking canals, courtyards and rooftops that loop back on themselves in clever ways. It feels more organic, like a real place that just happens to double as a gauntlet of enemies and locked doors. Sometimes, towards the end of the level, once all the enemies have been killed, I would find myself just exploring the canals, looking for any hidden doors or areas that I may have missed, that would have been stashed away in the shadows of one of the sides of the canals. The level truly is beautiful, and if you do stop and take a look, you'll be surprised at what you can find. I especially like the details such as the drying clothes that you can see hanging above one of the canals, and also the lemon trees or bushes that you can see scattered about the level itself. This attention to detail keeps the level refreshing and makes it so that each time you do revisit it, you find something new. Of course, what most players remember about Venice is the speedboat. It's the first time in the series that Lara gets behind the wheel of a vehicle, and it completely transforms how you experience the level. Up until now, movement in Tomb Raider has always been about precision, lining up jumps, carefully timing climbs, treading your way through tight gaps. The speedboat breaks that rhythm with sheer momentum. Suddenly, you're not cautiously itching through a trap. You're tearing down canals at full throttle, making sharp turns, and crashing through barriers. The boat adds a sense of freedom, but also danger. Speed is thrilling, yet it's very easy to lose control, as I'm sure we all have. The water does feel open to an extent, but it's also a trap. Gunmen take pot shots from ledges. The wrong turn can send you into dead end under fire, and when you are there, you are a sitting duck. These goons will pepper you to no end. In many ways, the speedboat is Venice in miniature, equal parts elegance and threat, beauty and chaos. And you've got to admit the design is clever. The boat isn't just a gimmick, it's actually woven into the level structure. You need it if you want to actually complete the level, because one of them is used to destroy the landmines blocking the exit. That is, of course, if you don't use any glitches. Of course, you need the speedboat to escape the timed ending, where you open the door after pushing the button and must get there before the clock strikes 12. One of the most memorable sequences is the race against the timed door, in my opinion, forcing you to navigate tight waterways at high speed. It's thrilling because it pushes against the series' usual slow burn pacing, demanding quick reflexes instead of measured planning. What's fascinating is how natural it all feels. Tomb Raider was never about vehicles before this point, yet the speedboat fits seamlessly into the Venice setting. It doesn't feel out of place, it feels essential, as if the canals were always designed for this kind of movement. It's a rare moment in early Tomb Raider where you're not just exploring or surviving, but you are moving with speed, energy and purpose, and it leaves a lasting impression for years to come. If the visuals of Venice give the level its charm, the music is what makes it unforgettable. Tomb Raider, you see, has always been sparing with its soundtrack, letting silence do much of the work. But when the score does arrive in Venice, it elevates everything. This track is a one of its kind throughout the game, and oh my word, is Venice Violins an absolute tune. It fits perfectly with the level's aesthetic. Quick, pacey, hurry and in a rush. This tune goes so well with this level overall. And I guarantee that even to this very day, some of you watching this video have Venice Violins as your phone's ringtone. That's why many players, I think, look back on this stage so fondly. It's not just the layout or the enemies or even the boat, it's the entire mood brought together. Venice is a level you feel as much as you play. The elegance of the environment paired with that epic music that just flows, much like you do on the speedboat. It creates an atmosphere unlike any other. It's both a breather from the intensity of the level before and a reminder that the adventure is far from safe. When you step back and look at Venice as a whole, what makes it remarkable is the balance it achieves. On the surface, it's a detour, a level that feels almost out of place among the tombs and mountains and ancient mysteries that we have seen before. But that's exactly why it works. It breaks expectations. After the intensity of the first stage, the Great Wall, Venice gives you something fresh, a setting that's beautiful, recognisable, and deceptively calm. Every element serves that duality. The enemies are not monsters or mythological beings, but armed men patrolling balconies and alleyways, making the danger feel immediate and obviously human. The canals and courtyards offer freedom, yet they're filled with ambushes and traps. The speedboat adds exhilarating bursts of energy, demanding precision in a game that usually rewards patience. And through it all, the music weaves in and out, reminding you that even in a city of elegance and sunlight, the thrill of the chase is still there. Venice is the first level of its kind. It is completely different. It leaves an impression. Long after the level ends, I always remembered the glint of the water beneath the bridges, the crash of the speedboats through the gondolas and windows, and the way the silence is broken by sudden gunfire and the amazing Venice violins. It's a stage that lingers because it feels alive and because it dares to mix beauty with danger in a way that the series had never quite done before. Venice shows that Tomb Raider isn't about crumbling ruins and forgotten tombs entirely. It can also be about atmosphere, contrast, and about the thrill of the unexpected. That's why, in my opinion, this level stands out, not just as a highlight of Tomb Raider 2, but as one of the most memorable locations in the entire series. Thank you so much for watching my video on Tomb Raider 2's Venice. Please leave a comment down below if you like this level and why, or if you dislike this level and why. There is a new YouTube feature called Hype, so please click that Hype button. To all my members, thank you for your continued support, and to everybody watching, thank you so much for watching.